despite the challenges faced by Parliament, such as the devastating fire that engulfed the precinct. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, says they are ready for the State of the Nation address on Thursday. This year's address will be the first one to be held outside of Parliament. The presiding officers have just finished giving an update on the state of readiness. Let's speak to our reporter, Nasiphi, who attended that briefing. Nasiphi, good morning to you. Did you get a sense of unease when it came to the question around possible disruptions? That question was answered by Amos Masondo, the chair of the National Council of Provinces. What was your sense around that response?
Well, what we received from Mr. Amos, as you mentioned, the NCOP chairperson, in regards to that particular answer, in regards to the security on that particular day, on the 10th of February, for the State of the Nation address, he did say that all measures are in place, and security measures to be specific, and they will ensure that, a business of Parliament, and that is the State of the Nation address on that day, continues without any disruptances. We do also know that a number of road closures leading to the precincts of the Cape Town City Hall, as we now know, has been named as an extension of the parliamentary precincts until the 16th of February, will also be secure. That means the businesses that are around in that vicinity will not be working, or rather business will be disrupted. However, we do know that the taxis, including buses that are transporting people to and from the city centre, will continue or rather without any disruptions.
Yeah. Very briefly in this last question, Nasiphi, the Speaker of the National Assembly making the point all political parties were consulted on the numbers to attend, and they were consulted not once but several times. The question here is around the emphasis. Is she anticipating some kind of backlash?
I think only this falls at the backdrop of the EFF heading to the Western Cape High Court. We now have learned that they've abandoned that court action against Parliament, where in January, I think it falls at the backdrop of that, where they had indicated that they were not happy with the fact that a number of MPs will not be physically attending the State of the Nation address, as we do understand that it is, a challenging times, not only because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but because of Parliament, being engulfed in flames, and, members of Parliament not being able to access the National Assembly. As you do know, that is that is the venue that the President usually does his address. So it is extraordinary times. However, Parliament is saying that, or rather, the presiding officers are saying that the business of Parliament, including the State of the Nation address, will commence. And as you mentioned, the Speaker of the National Assembly saying that, or rather, all the political parties have been consulted on several occasions and have agreed on the number of MPs that will be present physically inside the extension of Parliament, which is the City Hall. And we do know that a number of dignitaries will also be in attendance, including the former President of the country, Mr. Thabo Mbeki, and former Deputy President and a number of speakers, and we do understand that Malagambete, the former Speaker of the National Assembly, has also indicated that she will be in attendance on the 10th of February for the State of the Nation address. And basically what we do understand that now it is all systems go, just 2 days before that all anticipated State of the Nation address by President Cyril Ramaphosa at 7 p.m. At the City Hall.
Nasiphi, thank you very much for that update. That's the state of readiness as we prepare for the Thursday address by the President on the occasion of the State of the Nation address.